Coffee Q&A, your daily dose of coffee Q&A here on the Onocoffee channel. We come live to you about coffee Monday through Friday, on average, maybe once in a while. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And as you can see, I'm back on the road again. This time I'm coming to you in vertical format because I just thought I'm not really a big fan of vertical, but they say that it exposes me to more people, and I just want to expose myself. Naomi up, good to see you, Naomi. How are you today? So I'm rolling along here. I'm actually on the eastern side of Baltimore today, heading out to. Actually, I had a bunch of stuff to do. I had to go to get the emissions. Had my emissions testing that I need to get done. The deadline for me to have my truck emissions tested is tomorrow, and I was like, oh man, I better go do it. So I better go do it. It only costs $10. Otherwise, if I waited after tomorrow, it would cost an additional $15, so $25. So I was like, let me save some money and not procrastinate any longer. I've been putting it off the last couple of weeks. And here's the interesting thing. I mentioned to you guys yesterday that I was at the Wegmans, and I was bitching about the Wegmans and self-serve and all that kind of thing. They have a self-serve kiosk here at the vehicle emissions inspection place. And basically you drive up. It's open 24 hours, I just found out. So it's outside this like really armored machine. And basically you drive up, you put your credit card in, you give them the information, and they give you a plug, and you plug it into your OBD sensor underneath your dashboard, and it does its thing, and then you're done, and you leave, and you go. If you go to the self-serve kiosk, they charge you $10. Okay, not bad. If you wait and go inside to the attendant, $14. So we're getting, what, a good 40% or more discount, or less, 35% discount by doing it ourselves. This is what we need. Like, if you're going to have me do the labor, then give me a discount. I'm okay with that. Like, I save $4. All right, I'm happy to do whatever it takes. Mom, good to see you. How's it going? Craig, how's things up in Ottawa? Hope things are well. So I'm here in a place called Middle River. I'm driving around.
Hazard reported. Eyes up. This could be a trap.
Headed to a Starbucks because I want the emissions place is actually on the northwest side of the city, or the city. And now I have to go to the east side of the city because I needed to go and pick up some parts that I ordered from a place called Granger. Granger is this industrial supply that you can buy all kinds of stuff. But what I needed was a very specific drill press chuck key, because they don't have it at Home Depot. It's a really big piece of equipment, and it's got this strange chuck that I can't figure out what it is. So I ordered it on Wednesday. They said it'd be here yesterday, so I came out today. But I thought, you know what, instead of me, this way I can get the stuff done in the morning, and then we can still talk our coffee and try different coffees than we would have, back in our studio setting. So that's why we're at Devin. How are you, man? Good to see you. Mako, good morning as well. And so out here, this is an area called Middle River. It's kind of like a working class area, more industrial. There's a lot of like the Penske truck rentals there, where if I ever need to, whenever I rented 26-foot box trucks, the Penske trucks are over there. I love Penske. They're really a great. If you're gonna rent box trucks for whatever your needs, go to Penske. It costs a little bit more, but the trucks are always in good condition, and they're always, like, if you drive U-Haul, I've driven U-Haul a couple of times for like friends, and those trucks are just beaten up. I mean, they're really geared to the consumer, and the consumer really beats the heck out of them. Penske caters a lot to business, but they will rent to consumers, I think. Well, I've only rented as a business, so I don't really know. However, yeah. Benzie says, you look like the one that got away. That's why I wear the glasses, so that nobody can see me. So I thought on today's show, since I was out this way, let me look. Oh, so because it's this area, there's not too much as a way of fancy coffee. So I was looking online for the nearest Starbucks, and I found one here on Martin Boulevard. So that's where we're headed to, is to go to the... Did I miss it? Did I miss it? I might have missed it. It might be here. I don't go to Starbucks, so I don't really know where they are. And if I run... So I'm on Martin Boulevard. If I run into Eastern Avenue, then I've gone too far. If worse comes to worse, I just passed the McDonald's. We can always go to McDonald's and see if we can get scalded by their coffee. All right, what is this beeping? Why are you beeping? Did I pass it? I'm going to get the Waze, and evidently I did pass it. So we're going to go back. Kent, good afternoon to you. Oh, Maku says, I can confirm that Penske rents to consumers. Excellent, excellent. I do think that, yeah, Penske, like for example, here's a great example, right? So my brother and our really good friend, they used to live in California. So a few years back, my brother, our friend who's a NCIS agent, like, yeah, he's like Mark Harmon. Quite literally like Mark Harmon. Actually, I just saw him over the weekend. We were at this formal event, and he was in a tux. And I gotta say, of all the people, and there's like 300 people at this event, I was like, dude, you are the sharpest looking mother here, man. Like he looked like Daniel Craig in James Bond. Like this guy he's like Filipino Bond, man. He's like super fit. He's a handsome guy, right? Fit, tight, tailored tuxedo. I was like, good Lord, dude, you are the sexiest person in this place. And there's some sexy girls here, but you are the sexiest person in this place. So I was like, man, fit. You're like, damn, I want to, like, remember how Daniel Craig came out in that tux with Ava Green in one of the early Bonds? Man, that's what this guy looked like. I was like, dude, you are just fit. I told his girlfriend, I said, hey, who's also a good friend, I said, hey, I hope you take full advantage of this tonight. All right, so there's a Starbucks here somewhere. We're going to find it. What should we order from Starbucks? What is the order from Starbucks? My niece comes here and gets pink drinks. What are we going to try? Let me know what you'd like for us to try today, and we will try it. Because I really don't know anything on their menu. I know that Starbucks has the caramel macchiato, and they have the pink drink, and they have coffee. And I think they have a couple different types of coffee. But I figured we go and try their drive-thru, and I still don't see it. There's a Bank of America. There's a Chick-fil-A. I've really cut down on, like, chain fast foods. I was going to say I cut down on fast food, but I haven't really. But I've cut down on chain fast foods. Is there a Starbucks drive-thru here? Oh, she went to Dunkin' Donuts. There's a big Target right here. I'm trying not to run over people while I look at other stuff around me, trying to find the Starbucks. Looks like there's another bank. Wow, this is like total failure here. Failure. Okay, there's a Kohl's. Urgent Care Center. Wow, there's a McRuth Mediterranean Grill and Coffee Shop, but they're closed. McRuth. Oh, shit. I'm about to crash. That's pretty bad. Where is this Starbucks? Okay, I'm gonna have to peek at the GPS. It seems like we have to go to the back of this shopping center. Wow, this is like... This is like total rejection here. Like I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, there's a police officer. I'm going to ask this cop. Hey, sorry to trouble you. There's a Starbucks here, I heard? Oh, inside the Target. Thank you very much. Inside the Target. All right. All right, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't want to get out of the car. All right, we're going to go whatever. Let's go to inside the Target. Do I want to go outside? Do we want to get out? Marco says, I'm glad someone up here, but I don't really know what to order. All right, let's go inside. What the heck? What the heck? Why not? We'll go to Target. I wonder if I can use a Target gift card here. Now I gotta find parking, which is another fiasco. All right, if you have suggestions, it was a peppermint mocha. Really, peppermint mocha? All right, maybe we'll do that. I'm horrified by that idea. Horrified, absolutely horrified that I might order a peppermint mocha. Where's my wallet? I have the wallet. I got my wallet. Oh yeah, sometimes you're right. You're right, Naomi. It is in Target. I'm referring to. Oh, Naomi. I haven't had good experience with the Target Starbucks in the past. Hopefully yours is better. Okay, we will find out. Veranda Black Coffee. Veranda Black Coffee. Okay, I'm not cool enough to wear glasses in the shop inside. So let's go. Here we are, Starbucks. Or Target. I'm going into the Target. Now I'm one of these young kids that are like walking around talking to their friends on the phone. I don't know if you have that. Like, my niece does this all the time. All she does is sit around or hang out with her friends on the phone. They just sit there on the phone all day long, talking to each other. There is the Starbucks. Okay, we have a vote for. I'm sorry.
And Josh is here. Josh! I'm gonna finish my season. Wait, what do I bring up? Well, that's not Josh. Josh is out.
I'm not Josh.
Yeah, I thought there was double Joshes.
I'm definitely not Josh.
What can I get for you?
What's popular right now?
My favorite for coffee drinks.
Yes.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
My suggestion would be the caramel brulee. I like the caramel brulee has been the most popular.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's my suggestion.
Don't mind me. I'm just out with her friends.
Yes, no, I don't care.
Okay, excellent.
I'd recommend caramel brulee, but if you want one more option, the sugar cookie almond milk latte comes in hot, and that's also really
No,
good.
I'll try this caramel brulee latte.
Okay, what size for
What
you?
size is popular? 16 ounce?
Venti.
That's too much.
You
That's too
can
much.
do this.
Yeah, let's do
Matt,
that one.
Or less or less.
What's that?
Here, look. Then it gets this small.
Yeah, let's do the small.
You want to do the
Yeah,
small?
let's do
It's
the
just a
small,
little
please.
taste test?
Just a taste test.
Okay, and do you want to see this now?
Oh, thank you very
Yep.
much.
I hope
Perfect.
you actually like my recommendation.
I'm looking forward to trying it. Thank you.
And here is the caramel brulee.
Oh, awesome. Oh, so quick. Lovely. Thank you, ladies.
Absolutely enjoy. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. All right, now we got our caramel brulee bliss at the recommendation of the barista. Oh, where should we go? So, I'm gonna go to the car and give it a try. They were very nice. Like, this is one thing that I must say about a lot of Starbucks that I've been to, and I don't go to a lot, but I've been to a few Starbucks over the years. The baristas always tend to be very excited and friendly and accommodating. You know, I don't really, it's not like you go to a lot of these third wave, especially coffee house shops, you know, and they're like, the baristas are pretentious and stuck up and they want to tell you all kinds of like stuff, and gosh, that really just irks my goat, you know what I'm saying? So, let's get here. Oh, one of the things from yesterday that I remember that someone mentioned that my voice was sounding tinny, and I couldn't figure out why. Then I realized on the way here, as I was getting things ready for this live stream, I was like, oh, probably yesterday's sound was a little bit different because I forgot to turn off Bluetooth here on the phone, which connects to the car, and then the car's Bluetooth phone signals aren't so great. All right, let's catch up on what people have to say. It's a holiday drink. I prefer it iced just because it's so sweet. Yeah. I get you on that. I saw that she had the peppermint, but I thought I'd go with what the barista recommended today, just because they're making a lot of them. Doesn't count as coffee, but well, that's the interesting thing you say that, because I when I was asking the girls about what would they recommend, and she's like, coffee, and I was like, yeah, coffee, and then there was like the caramel brulee, the brulee thing, and I was like, oh. Okay, and then the other barista that was making the drink, she's like, I'm not really into espresso. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. But the barista who served, who was actually taking the order, evidently is into espresso. So that was great. Sorry about the frozen screen. I don't know what happened. I guess I got into, I guess it didn't have a signal inside. I didn't really notice, because I was trying not to be obtrusive with the girls, So here is their Starbucks. So this is the 12 ounce. I'm glad they have 12 ounce. That was really nice. And look at this. They have it changed. They put these like frilly cup warmer. What do we call these again? I forgot what we call them. We call them cup whatever. But I like that. I like that. That's stylish. That's stylish. Okay, let's open up and have a look here. This is the caramel brulee. Ooh. Oh, there's a nice little like top there. Now I do have a Starbucks app that I probably should have charged this to and gotten points, but well, it's on the phone and you're on the phone, so so much for the phone. Can we just tilt that down so we get this? So they've, I don't know what's inside, but there's this crunchy stuff on top, as you can see. Must be some kind of sugary. Oh, yeah. Brulee, of course. Crunchy brulee topping. Duh. When you drink it like this, the first thing that hits your lips is the very cold whipped cream. Now, most people will not drink it like this. Most people will be taking it to go, drinking from the lid. So let's see what it's like from the lid. Definitely. Actually, I think I like it better drinking it without the lid. But there's definitely a strong sweetness. This is sweetness. There is some coffee. It's more muted. But it's definitely there. It's definitely there. It has the presence of coffee. It's not a preponderance of coffee, but it has the presence of coffee. But actually, I'm trying to get some of that crunchy brulee stuff into my sips. Okay, here's the deal. The drink is fun. This is fun to drink. It's fun. It's sweet. It's coffee-like. It's got some caramelish tones to it, maybe vanilla tones. It's meant to be happy drinking. Gosh, man, look, it comes in this like happy Christmassy cup, and now Christmas is happy times, and you want to have happy drinks, and this is I feel happy drinking this drink. Like, I don't feel too smart or too much holy, but it is sweet. It is a very sweet drink. Naomi says it needs an extra shot of espresso in it. Yes, that would be very nice. That would be very nice. Yeah, happy juice. Okay, so this is the cranberry something. The girl said that this was not always on the menu, but it's one of their, it was kind of like what they came up as their favorite. So I was like, okay, we'll try that. Here's why I ask a lot of like workers, servers, what they like. And I try to phrase it that not, in this case, I didn't, I asked them what was popular because I wanted to see what's popular for people. But a lot of times, like in this case, I wanted to know what do they like? Like, because when they said they like this, that was what really caught my eye, rather than just being something that everybody liked to have with it. This was more about their personal liking. Because, and that's sometimes when if you watch a lot of if you watch the videos where I go to different coffee shops and talk to the staff and order food, I'm trying to get their preference, the barista's preference, the professional's preference, because they're surrounded by it. They know it. They see it. Not just what everybody else is buying. Like their customer base could be buying like all this stuff and they hate it. What do they like? And so I'm really interested to try this. Some white chocolate, a little bit of lemoniness to it. Good, kind of like almost like the breading here is kind of like a blondie cookie, kind of soft, thick cookie. Oh, that's quite good. Now, these two together are very sweet. Like this is not, if you have diabetes, you should not be drinking it. You should not be eating this. Now, they said that a lot of people got the venti, the 20 ounce. That's way too much. Even 16 ounces, the grande would be way too much. Like 12 ounce, 12 ounces is a lot too. So Craig says, what percent do you tip at Starbucks? And is the percent different from independent cafes? Well, it's hard for me to say since I don't go to Starbucks. Meaning that this is the very first time I've been to Starbucks since my niece and I went to sample the pink drink for my taste testing back in, I think, February or March. Oh no, it was longer than that because my niece was still living in her old place. And they moved in February, so it had to, oh man, it might have been a year. So I haven't been to a Starbucks in a year. So, and and I'll tell you, my position is a little bit different in tipping. If I go to, let's say today, for example, today I went there, but I don't have any cash, right? All I have is my card, right? I got no money, no cash. I might as well have any money, but I have no cash. I had a $1 bill, and I was waiting for the thing to come up because I was going to get, because I'm talking to them and we're engaging and we're live streaming with them. I was going to tip fairly well, maybe at least 20%. But since I was like, they don't take tips, and she was like, well, we take under the counter tips because they don't allow us to take tips. I was like, well, here's my only dollar. That's all I could give. So I would have given them more. I tend to also tip a lot more than I would normally if I'm somewhere where I'm shooting or if I'm a known entity at a shop. Then I feel compelled to tip more. But usually $1 a drink is good, I think. $1 a drink is very good. And that wouldn't be any different whether it was at Starbucks or at an independent cafe. Like, the baristas are working just as hard. And actually, in some respects, like I mentioned, Starbucks baristas tend to be very friendly, hospitable, considerate to their guests, which I can't always say for these beautiful specialty coffee shops. A lot of these specialty coffee baristas are total crap as far as hospitality and customer service and empathy for the guests. Like I remember, like many of these baristas, you'd see them there. They have walking around with a chip on their shoulder as though because they know more than the customer. And I remember I would tell my staff, like, and I'm very selective in my hiring. So I never ran into this with my staff very often. It was very rare. But I would, talk to, during our training, we would talk to our staff. We'd be like, hey, when you go to, and I give them examples. Like, you go to these places, not necessarily specific places, because there weren't too many in Baltimore when I started. But I tell them, you go to certain places and you get treated. And this is not just in coffee, but in any kind of situation. But you get treated in a certain way, and think about how you feel. Think about how you felt after that interaction or during that interaction. And you don't. And I said to them, like some people will be condescending, some people will be like, so, and I've heard baristas, vocalize this. We know more than the customer. Yeah, dude, no duh. You should know more. You're the professional in this situation. The bare fact that you know more than the average guest walking into your shop about coffee is not like some kind of special recognition award level thing. It is the bare minimum qualification for being there. Like, you should know more. The customer should not have to know how to make coffee. The customer just needs to know how to drink coffee. It's your job to make the coffee. So these guys always, well, at least the Starbucks that I've been to, have invariably been really great with their customer service and hospitality. So I can never, I very rarely hate on Starbucks because of that. Name says Happy Juice. Devin says that the drip bag is one of the things that made me interested in. Is that the ones where they have put the coffee in bags and you kind of steep it like that? The steep bags. I think those are kind of interesting. Oh, I get that. Oh, Naomi always gets the grande. I used to, years ago when I first learned about Starbucks, like in 1996, I did get the grandes back then. But over the years, I've always now I gravitate more towards 8-ounce coffees, 12-ounce coffees, unless there's something that I'm eating that's really well suited to the pairing. Kesto Picogne, how are you, man? Good to see you. The Green Devil. And I will admit the pink drink is happy. You can. This is a safe space to hear now, Kesto. You can admit that you like it. It's all right. I like the pink drink too. My niece and I, back about a year ago, I guess now, I was curious to know what, my niece is 14. She'll be 15 soon, but she's 14. And I was like, what do you and your friends drink? She was like, well, we had the pink drink and there's other things. I was like, hey, let's go have a tasting. So we went to one of the local Starbucks, and I bought like everything on the menu, the little smallest size. I bought everything on the menu. Oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I did not. That was not the last time I went to Starbucks. The last time I went to Starbucks, I was just outside of Boston back in May. We were at the mall with my aunt taking her to the Apple store, and they had a Starbucks kiosk, and I did buy a pink drink there. But everyone's always nice, friendly. But the pink drink, yeah, man, go try it. It's okay to like it. It's fun. It's sweet. It's flavorful. It's just fun. Why we have to be so serious about coffee that we have to be like, oh, I have to find the beautiful geisha with the beautiful tea-like qualities. Otherwise, I'm not worthy of sipping, caffeinated beverages. No, man. Drink the pink drink. Enjoy the pink drink. And then the other whatever color pinky drinky looking things, they're fine. They're fine. Enjoy it. If you have a taste for it, you want to have some, have some. Who cares, man? Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And those people that do care, that want to poo-poo on your enjoyment of that, well, they can go suck it. They can go buy their geishas from whatever precious roaster and put them in their precious April brewers and do all this kind of whatever they want to do. Let them do that. Who cares? Naomi says, family gifts me Starbucks, and I tend to indulge in a to-go tumbler over coffees, or buy coffee there for friends. Yeah, enjoy it. I'm, me. Coffee is pleasurable hedonism. So whatever goes should be fine. Naomi's wondering, does the pink drink have milk in it? Never had. You know, no, it's like a fruity, clear pink drink. There might even be stuff floating in it, but they do put caffeine in it to give it a buzz. So just be careful of that. Don't get the big 32-ounce pink drink because that might be too much caffeine for you. Although before, when I would hide out at Starbucks, there used to be a Starbucks close to my house that was not too busy. I used to go there and hide out during the days to like do some work. And I would just order the big 32-ounce iced tea because to me that was the best thing they made. I was like, okay, fresh iced tea. I can hide out here. Nobody knows that I own cafes and I'm in coffee. Nobody's going to bother me. I don't have to answer questions. I don't have to do customer service stuff. You know, like sometimes you just want to sit down and focus and do work. You don't want to have to, you can't do that in your own shop. You sit in your own shop. Invariably, guests come in. Well, hopefully guests come in and then they want to talk. And you have to give them, give them some time. Your staff has questions and they need answers. But when you're all alone, secluded somewhere in a Starbucks where nobody knows your name, oh my gosh, those were like beautiful moments, beautiful moments. Naomi says that ultimately we are the masters of our own taste. Absolutely. I can't tell you what is truly delicious for you. I can tell you what I think is good, when I can tell you what you might find in any particular beverage as far as qualitative attributes or negative characteristics. But at the end of the day, only you can decide whether you love it. Like, for example, the geisha. Geishas are known as being very tea-like in quality. Some people love that. Some people are loving it. And I think a lot of people in coffee love it because it's just so different than other coffees. Like, it's that tea-like. But one of my good friends in Bangkok, he's always like, man, I remember years ago he tried the geisha, like a really excellent example because he was early on. He was like, dude, he's not a coffee person. He does production work. He produces videos. And he's like, dude, I had the geisha. I was like, oh, so what did you think of it? He's like, man, I didn't like it. I was like, why? Well, what happened? What happened? He said, dude, if I want to taste tea, I'll drink tea. I was like, good point. Good point. There's really great teas out there. Why have something that is going to be impersonating it? Busa says that Starbucks is safe. You always know what you're getting, and everyone you are with can always find something. And you see, that's an important thing, and that's also one of the reasons why a year ago I took my niece to that Starbucks for those tastings, because as I was thinking about like opening a new place, I was thinking we need to be able to we need to probably not think so myopically about coffee and think about other people. Like you said, yes, that's a great point, Booster. Like, if you're a coffee person and you bring your family and your friends with you to the coffee shop, can they find something that they will enjoy too? And I think that's an important point and an important thing for us to consider as operators, because it's like, are we too exclusive? Are we too focused on our own glory rather than the enjoyment of our guests? Marcus says, apparently Starbucks is a good company to work for. I mean, I guess that's probably why a lot of them are happy. Although there is this whole tide of unhappiness because, Baltimore, some of the Starbucks here in Baltimore were some of the leading shops for unionization. And I wonder, like, if we look here, like they don't allow tips. Okay, so she kind of mentioned that. So that's probably a negative. The girls seem very happy. There are 3 of them there. I only talked to 2 of them, but they all seem fairly happy. So overall, it's probably a good company to work for. But I think that there's been some problems in some of them, and probably it's because of local issues, meaning that from my understanding of management and human relations, is a lot of job satisfaction and or dissatisfaction comes from their immediate supervisors, the people they work for directly, like the managers. If the manager is a total jerk off, it's probably miserable to work at a place. I mean, I can imagine that. But if the manager is good to work for, challenging or whatever, and whatever good means, then people will enjoy that and thrive. So I wonder, like in these cases where some of these Starbucks are under unionization movements, is that necessarily because it's corporate driven, as far as like the culture is being, that they're fighting against is corporate driven, or is it really locally driven, like the managers themselves of that location are really difficult? And of course, this is happening at multiple locations, so you could say it's corporate, but then again, when you have a company of like, I don't know, 100,000 people, 15, even 15,000, 10,000 people, 100 people for that matter. If you have a company of 100 people, there's got to be a few dicks in the company, right? There's just got to be. There's just no way to escape that. And in a company that large, there's got to be a couple of those guys that got to be managers, and they're just jerk-offs, and they're just making it worse, right? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Malcolm says, there's a book I enjoyed about the experience of this older man who used to be rich but ended up working at Starbucks. It's called How Starbucks Saved by Michael Gates Gill. Oh, that's an interesting book. That sounds cool. I will have to look that up. Busa Busa says that the pink drink consists of strawberry acai with accents of passion fruit and combined with creamy coconut milk. Oh, did it have? Oh, then I must have been drinking something else. So there's a pink drink. I'm going to say, and I don't know the menu, but I'm going to say there's the pink drink. And maybe, like you said, it has coconut milk, so that's cloudy. But there is I'm going to say the pink drink series. There's a series of drinks that are in that same vein. One of them is clear. And I've had that. That's what I had when I was in Massachusetts back in May. Very nice. I'm going to have another bite of this. It's very sweet, but it's very good. And it has like chunks of white chocolate. Right? Can I see it right there? Chunks of white chocolate. And these bits of like fruitiness, dried cranberries. Chewy in texture, interior of the dough with this, I don't know, cream cheese. So there's a lot of textures going on here. So from an oral fixation, texture, chew, crunchy, not really crunchy, but just that resistance you get from biting into nuts and white chocolate chips. There is a good sensual sensation going on here with textures. That's very satisfying. All right, how is our drink doing? I've kind of left it open. Oh, Malcolm says it's called Starbucks. How Starbucks Saved My Life. Okay. All right, let's have some more. We're gonna have some more of this. Maybe tomorrow we'll get back in the studio. And this is episode 301. So 300 episodes of the Coffee Q&A. I was intending to do the studio one yesterday for the 300, but schedule takes precedence. So overall, very good. Very much a fun drink. I probably will never have this again. I only had it because of recommendations. But a nice experience. It's not like, it's very sweet. But it's not like I'm drinking something that's like totally horrific. Like I'm like, oh my God, this is disgusting. Like it's not bad. It's fun. And how can you hate on fun? I mean, I guess people can hate on fun. Some people just don't like to have any fun. All right, I guess it's time for us to go. I need to get to the Granger. Let's go to the Granger. We will get rolling now. What do you guys think of this vertical format? Do you like the vertical format? Do you hate the vertical format? This is a very TikTok-y shorts kind of format. I feel like I should be dancing. So I need to go to this Granger to pick up, well, hopefully this part will work. I'm getting a part for this drill press that I have. I need a big chuck key for it, and it's been really difficult to find, so I think they have the one that I need. We looked it up in their catalog, matched it to the piece of equipment that I need it for. And then I was thinking maybe I also need to get some casters. I'm building a cart for the workshop, and I need some good casters. I was going to use the Harbor Freight ones, but I think they're going to be not very good for this purpose. I was weighing the piece of equipment I'm putting on it is like 70 pounds. The housing that I'm building for the cart is going to weigh like 70 pounds. So we're at 140 pounds right off the bat. And then there's all a bunch of other stuff that will be stored on it. So we're talking easily 250 pounds worth of gear that's going to be, of mass that's going to be on this thing. So it's like I got a plan for that. Busta says that I'm good with either format. So Busta, did you get to go to the beignets yesterday for lunch? I'm interested in what you think. We need to, and plus we can't be doing these road rules episodes very often because beignets yesterday. And today we've had this weird cheesecake, white chocolate, creme brulee, latte thing, which is gonna kill me. It's just like all this sugary craziness. But yeah, if you need industrial products, like Granger's a great place to go. I've been going to Granger for many, many years. They used to have one a lot closer to where I am, but they closed that a few years ago, and I was like so irritated because the only two Grangers left are like far drives for me. So it's like a half an hour for me to get here from where I am. So since my nieces used to live down there, they moved to a different place last week. So I helped them move last week. That's why we didn't have that episode on Wednesday. And since it's close to the Granger, I stopped by there to order the part. And so now I came back to go pick it up and see if it'll work. Malcolm says, vertical works for the car since it's just you, but I think horizontal works better when you're at the bar. Oh, yes, for sure. So I actually only meant really while we're rolling around. Because the vertical is only available, I think the vertical is only available for me to use if I'm using the phone on mobile. Oh, Busa was not able to get to work today because it's unexpected work. Okay, well, like you said, you're only 9 minutes, so whenever you make it there, let me know what you think. I thought it was pretty good. Although I was thinking later, on the way back, I was like, oh, I probably should not have eaten 6. 6 was a mistake. 3 would have been the right number. But sometimes you just get a little bit excited to be live streaming. All right, we're making our way. We have R.E. Michael here, which is a HVAC wholesaler. If I need to get whenever I need like specialized HVAC components, like big 14-inch inducting. I usually go to Ari Michael. I kind of fake my way through like being a professional. Like I don't really tell them that I'm not. I'm just buying it as a consumer. I tend to go in dressed a little bit more rugged. They never ask me a question, so I never offer too much. I'm just like, hey, I need this piece, please. And they're like, all right, man, here you go. Because some places really are geared to only selling to the trades. And a lot of times that's just resolved by just setting up an account with them. And if you have a business entity, you can do that. Like I have an account at Ranger and a bunch of other places. I just never had an account at Ari Michael because I almost never do. I mean, I very rarely will need any kind of HVAC gear. Oh, it's absolutely on your list. Excellent, excellent. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it when you do make it out there. All right, here we go. The Granger. All right, well, I guess now that we're here, that's going to be it for today's live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. Glad to see all of you. Thanks for being here. We're going to be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. as always with another episode of the Coffee Q&A. I think we're going to go back to the studio tomorrow and talk more about the eggnog. I got some eggnog that we're going to give a try. Maybe I might use that for the competition next week. It's already next week. Can't believe it. All right, so hope you have a wonderful day out there. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you all next time.